Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on a side project. The project I'm trying to get done is the top cylinder on this backhoe arm. The stick cylinder is basically completely blown out and needs to be rebuilt. And to do that, I need a workbench to work on. I need to be able to pull the whole thing apart, repack the whole cylinder and put it all back together again. And I don't want to do it either on that little flimsy folding table, on our wonderful record player that we inherited, or on the floor. And I'm sick of working off of the floor and not having sawhorses or anything basically to make my life in the shop easier. So what we're going to do is take one of our leftover 6x6 posts, cut it into fourths, so it'll be 3 foot long, and we'll use those for our legs. I have 2x6 that we'll use as the supports for the legs and the bottom support of the table. And then I drastically over-ordered on our 2x4s. So what we'll do is edge or stand all these, like 60 of these on edge and glue them all together. And that will make a nice workbench. I'll eventually get it planed down so it's all smooth. Right now I'll have like the little ribs from each of the rounded corners of the 2x4s, but it'll work. Basically the project is free to me now because I've already bought all the lumber for other things and used it for other stuff pretty much. So yeah, let's make a workbench. Also, right now it will be stationary where I'll probably have to use the backhoe to move it around because it'll be so heavy. In the future, I'll probably put it on casters, but we just don't have any right now, and I'll probably have to order them online anyway. So, but I need this workbench for this weekend. So, let's get started. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was a little bit more than 12 foot so that I had enough to waste basically the cut width of the blade of the saw. Come here. Over here. So now that the legs are cut, let's cut some of the members that are going to support the top and tie all the legs together. So we're going to put together the bottom shelf and bottom leg support first. It's going to fit between the legs, and then we'll put other boards across here and make a nice shelf for storage. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to keep the bottom shelf up off the floor 1.5 inches. Eventually this will be on casters and it'll be up further, but this way I still maximize my shelf that I have underneath the table. And yeah, I think it's the way we're going to go for it. I think it'll work well. Just want to make sure everything stays nice and square. It's toed out just a little bit at the top, but we'll pull that together with the top cross member. Okay, I'm just going to put some temporary braces across here now to keep it all square. So I think I changed my mind how I'm going to do the top. I was going to wrap it around the outside, but I think I might do the same as I did here and put it around the inside, and that way I have more clamping space and more space underneath the table, and I don't have that big obstruction of a 2x6 on the outside of these posts. So I'm making this whole design up as I go. I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I have. I'm thinking about putting another 2x6 flush with the edge here that runs all the way across. And that will allow for more loading on this table and make it much more solid for the bench top. I don't see a reason not to do it, so I think I'm gonna get it installed. Basically, I'm just trying to make this as stiff as I can. I don't know what I'll end up doing on this table, but in my other shop in the semi-trailer, we rebuilt the transmission, and it was very much so above the table's capacity, and it was bowing probably a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. I ended up putting a bottle jack underneath it to lift it up in the center to keep it from bowing too much to make me nervous. So I want to overbuild this so I don't have to ever think about it when I'm working on something. If it's, yeah, want it bulletproof. So yeah, let's get some boards across here. And then after that, we will start working on the top. Okay, I think I'm done for the night. I was hoping to get all this glued up and get it all compressed and ready to go for tomorrow. But I need to think on it. I don't know how big of a table I really need in this shop. I really like the size of this. I think I could really make it work well for projects, but I just need to, it's only a 30 by 40 shop, so I need to be mindful of that. But it's really cool. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I'm planning for this table to be 5 foot wide and 10 foot long. And I have a temporary board tacked underneath here just to hold it all up in plane so I can glue it all up and then clamp it up, and then hopefully all I need to do is take a planer and plane it down so it's all one nice smooth tabletop. But this is going to be really nice. I'll be able to mount a vise on here eventually. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I need to make sure this will work, and I have to think on it. Make sure that having such a wide table in this shop is a smart idea. So we'll see. I'm going to call it a night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be trying to get this tabletop glued together. Last night, well into the dark, I was picking out boards to make the top up, and yeah, I did pretty good. There's one board that I replaced with one I found in the pile, so that one will go there. And then I have the rest of them. I'm going to start moving them out of the way so I can start gluing up that end. Just work my way over. I'm going to use a few screws to hold it together. Try to use as few as I can because I don't really want to have screws in this wood top table as much as I can. I'm going to do 3 lines of screws, one like a foot off this end, probably centered on our post here, one in the middle, and then one at this end centered on the post. And I'll just screw in the bottom half of the board here, put the screw in there. I'm going to do I'm basically going to screw 3 boards together at a time. I have 3.5 inch screws, so I'm just going to sink them in and then just keep going and try to use as few as I can, but get this tabletop all lined up as best I can so it doesn't have ridges in it. Then I'm going to see if I can borrow a planer and we'll plane this thing down smooth. But yeah, I bought a gallon of wood glue and we'll see how much I end up using. But yeah, let's get started. So I've done a little thinking. I think I'm going to use a nail gun instead. Be a little cheaper, and I think it'll work just as good. So got a gallon of glue, a brush that I need to get back to Emily clean, and we'll see if we do that. But we'll get this table put together. Table's done. Now I need to unscrew the boards that I had on the ends that were just holding up all of our boards while we were nailing it all up. But I'll probably do that after everything's set, and that way nothing sags on the ends. But I'm going to wipe down the top as best I can just to get the big globs of glue off, and then clean up and let this thing cure for a little while. So it's been about 2 months since I built this table. There's a few things that I really like about it, a few things that I had to change, and some stuff I haven't gotten to yet. So let me show you. It's so nice having a big spot where you can pile up different projects and tools. It's kind of a catch-all sometimes, but it's also good for that too. Still haven't put any casters underneath it, and I don't know if I will for a while yet. I had to add this brace in to keep the, or to basically support the end few boards on the table. I've been using this to work on the backhoe, basically pulling up beside it with the backhoe to work on like the back loader arm and all that. So I've been crawling up and down, so these edges take quite a bit of a beating if you're crawling up right on the corner, or if you're working right on the corner. So yeah, and it's also great to have all the storage underneath. It's kind of a catch-all right now because we don't have a lot of storage shelving, but eventually it'll be more project-specific stuff that's not just random tools and supplies and stuff like that. And I still haven't put a real, I was going to do 2x6 boards for this bottom bench. In a pinch, I just threw some plywood down for now. So on the corner here we have a little bench vise that we just got mounted up here temporarily. It's great for holding things like the chainsaw to sharpen up the chain and all that, but it's not really meant for reefing on it. But yeah, this has been great. I love the size of it. Having it 10 feet long means you have plenty of spots for different workstations. Like we have the Emily's little craft station with a scroll saw, and then other side we have the drill press, and then the vise section right here, and then just kind of a whatever we need over there. I still haven't taken the time to plane down this table. I don't know for sure if I will or not. It might be something where if this is more in my welding area of the shop, I might put a piece of steel across this and go from there. But yeah, it's been a great table, and I'm really glad that I built it. I definitely needed something in the shop. One of the biggest downsides with this table is that I need to use the backhoe to move it around, or I need to very carefully lever it, or use I use some concrete stakes as rollers underneath it to move it around the shop when I can't use the backhoe. So it's very heavy, which makes it really great for working on stuff. It's a very stable platform, but yeah. So I'm really pleased with how this project turned out. For just throwing lumber together that we had on hand and getting it done in 2 days, because I was in a hurry to get the table built in the first place, so it turned out pretty good. I probably would have through bolted the through here with some all thread. So basically taking a nut and washer with a hole drilled all the way through, and then a nut and washer on this side, and you can really tighten this down and keep the top from cupping or bowing. But yeah, I can always replace the top later on. I really like the legs and how solid everything is. So if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is just to hit that like button. It really helps out and tells YouTube that this content is worth sharing to other people. If you want to support the channel in a more direct way, the best way to do that is through YouTube channel memberships at this moment. If you have any questions about this build, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer it. If you like this content and you would like to see more of it, the best way to make sure that happens is to hit that subscribe button so you can see every video we post. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next video. Later.